Good evening and welcome to another edition of Telling It Like It Is. I am your usual host, Advocate Tulohoyan. This evening, I would like to congratulate Dr. John Hlophe for doing the right thing. I have always been critical of Dr. John Hlophe's appointment to the Judicial Service Commission, or rather his nomination to the Judicial Service Commission after he became a parliamentarian of the Umkhonto weSizwe Party. But this time, Dr. Hlophe has done the right decision. Let me tell you why I'm saying Dr. Hlophe has made the right decision. And all along, let me begin by saying I was critical of the fact that, it is undesirable for Dr. Hlophe to be part of the Judicial Service Commission. And like I've always indicated, I've got nothing against the man. I don't know him. It was the principle involved that I was, addressing here. So finally, we have it. Dr. John Hlophe has resigned from the Judicial Service Commission, and the story ends right here. Because why was I pursuing this narrative that Dr. John Hlophe was not a suitable candidate or would not be a suitable person to be a member of the Judicial Services Commission? Dr. John Hlophe is an impeached judge. And no matter how you look at it, the legalities of it all, how does an impeached man or how does an impeached judge sit in a body that determines the suitability of others to be judges? It just does not make sense. The man was just, all over the headlines for all the wrong reasons. And I must commend him emphatically for taking this, principled stance. It never happens very often in South Africa that, when people are faced with controversies and, like John Hlophe has been faced with controversies for quite some time now that, they do the honorable thing. It is, public service is not about yourself. It is not just about now. It is about, the sort of, country that we want to become. And it is about, setting a template for future generations. Dr. Hlophe is the first impeached judge in a democratic South Africa. He's still reeling from that impeachment. Indications are he might challenge it, and I've always said, should he challenge that impeachment and come clean out of it? I have no dog in this fight. I always say, I will be on his side. That is what the courts will have said, and at the end of the day, the courts make determinations of what is right and what is wrong, whether we like it or not, whether we agree with the courts. It's simply academic. The bottom line is the courts make the laws, and we have to abide by the laws. Whether we agree with the law or we do not agree with the law is a topic for another day. But let me say that, the man is a man of integrity, at least on this score alone. All the arguments now about, his suitability to serve or to serve in the JSC as an impeached judge now, all those arguments just simply fall away because the man has resigned. They just simply fall away. They just become merely academic now. Nobody's going to be, looking at him suspiciously to say, how is this man serving in the Judicial Services Commission? And the commission, starting this week, is interviewing judges. There are quite a number of, judges' positions up for grabs, if one can put it in that colloquial, fashion. And the Judicial Service Commission will go ahead and, appoint judges without him because he's no longer part of the Judicial Services Judicial Service Commission, rather. So, all in all, the man has done the right thing. He has just simply, ruled himself out of this rather tricky equation. And I commend him for that. Having said that, let me thank you for all the subscriptions that I see flowing in, all the views that are flowing in. It is very encouraging, and I'll keep you, like I always promise, updated about things happening in and around South Africa that are topical, and I will not be, scared or loath to give you my views on anything. It is not about personalities. It's not about my own personal biases. Sometimes it's just a question of looking at the objective facts and coming up with the right solution. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe to this channel and let the views keep rolling.